Hello everyone, welcome to the test. This is a game I saw on a YouTube channel that I follow, and after watching about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of it, I realized, that this was actually probably going to be a good game to do on my own channel, for you guys to maybe get to know me a little bit. It seems to be asking a lot of questions that might or might not be interesting for you to know. And as I actually checked out the Steam page for it as well, it the description of the game was exactly that from the developers, that they have created these this small series of games that they say this is a good place for any YouTuber or streamer to start if they want to have their viewers learn a little bit about them. So, as I said, I have watched a little bit about it. I have watched it a little bit. I'll let you know how far I have watched when we get there. It's not long at all. So I'll, like 99% of the game, I imagine I will be playing blind. So, yeah, here we go. I don't know what to expect. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you will often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you are a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Would you be alright living alone forever? It's a difficult question right off the bat. I will say that I went a long time before I found my significant other, and while I had come to accept my life as living alone, which I was actually I was pretty content. Today, I would definitely find it very difficult to live without my wife, but were I to lose her in one way or another, I hope I would be able to get back to a comfortable living situation where I would live alone. I'm also not the most social person. I'm very introvert, so I think I would be all right with living alone forever. It would definitely be something I need to get used to, especially since I am married right now. But yes, I think so. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? This is probably one of those cases where it would depend on the circumstances. And I am an honest person, so in most of these cases would be yes, but I have a very short list of people that I don't necessarily like, where I would probably keep them, let's be honest. But I think in general, yes, I would give it back to them. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Well, of course, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Are you afraid of spiders? Afraid is a strong word, but they do give me the creeps. I am the one that handles them in our household, but I definitely do not like them at all. So yes, I'm gonna say I'm afraid of spiders. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? I'm gonna say no. If this is my first contact with molten lava, I probably wouldn't just dive headlong into it. I would test the waters, so to speak, test the lava, dip my toe in there, maybe a finger, just to see. But no, I would not jump just into molten lava as my first go. So no, I would not. Would you consider yourself to be fat? Well, I like to joke that I do have a little bit too much, but otherwise no. I'm not overweight. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? Well, again, that depends on who you ask. I'm sure my wife would say that I do, but since they're asking me, I'm gonna say no. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? Well, if it's frozen as in some sort of sleep, as in like we are talking Demolition Man, you wake up 100 years from now. Yes, I have wished I could be frozen. Not as much, you know, to get out of the world we're currently living in, but more in a curious sense as to try and think about what is the future gonna be like, you know, because if I got the choice to be frozen right now for 100 years, I wouldn't take it because I have family, right? But I have had moments where I think, well, that could be fun because, let's be honest, I'm not gonna be here in 100 years. So that this would probably be the only way for me to figure out. But yes, I have sometimes wished that could be the case. This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when put together, spell the name Satan? Okay, I'll be honest, this is as far as I have watched. So, while I knew this, I'll be honest and say no, because when I was watching it, I had no idea. So this is the last bit of information that I know about this game. I haven't seen anything from here on out, and I'm gonna be honest and say no, I did not realize it. Does that make you uncomfortable? No, not really. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Well, that's a bit of a paradox, isn't it? I actually think I am, but clearly, if this is something they thought I should be looking for, then I'm not. But I actually consider myself as being pretty decent at finding hidden puzzles and clues. I love puzzle games. I love any sort of puzzle game where you have to look for clues. I love hidden object games. I love me and the wife play a lot of Exit, the board game. So you know, I love these kind of games, and I think it's with Dwarf Romantic as well. You know, finding the perfect placement tile into the breach as well. I think fits very well into this category. So yeah, I think I'm pretty decent at it. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? Yes, definitely I am. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? I honestly think that I have. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? yes. Not necessarily in this case, because I think as much as we want to sort of live in the ambiance and like to be drawn into the game, for instance. I know it's just a game, but if we are talking real life, sure. Again, depends on the circumstance. How much are we lying about? And I mean, am I lying if I ate the last piece of chocolate, or am I lying that I stole something from work? I mean, there's a difference, but I think, yeah, sure. I think I am. Yeah. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? Are we talking about the game again? I'm not sure if I should answer these questions in connection to the game, because now it seems like I have answered something dishonestly and I now need to deal with the consequences. But in real life, yes, of course, I'm not stupid. I know that there are consequences to lying. So yes, I'm gonna say yes. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Yeah, sure. They're definitely taking a strange turn, I think. Would you consider yourself captivated? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm captivated. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? No. I often think about a lot of situations where I wonder how I would act, such as, let's say there was an accident. Would I step up and be someone that would actually help, take charge, maybe if need be, do the right thing, just in general? But no, in general, I don't consider myself to be brave. I like to be in the background. I like to not be noticed. So no, I'm not brave. Although I did fly halfway around the world to meet my wife without having seen her before, if you consider that brave. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? Yes, I do. And even though IQ is just a number and we have several different kinds of intelligences, I do, at least in some fields, consider myself to have above average intelligence. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? I'll be honest, I will say no. Because I have not. Even though I said I was good at looking for hidden clues and puzzles, I have not been looking for anything. Probably should have. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? I am now. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take, or how many questions exist in this session? I gotta say, I wondered that even before I started up the game, so yes. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Well, yes, and I'm told almost on a daily basis when I deal with customers that I am extremely patient, so yes. Do most humans annoy you? No, I don't think annoy is the correct word. As I've mentioned, I am introvert and I'm not super social, but that doesn't mean that I think humans annoy me. I like to stay. I like to be alone. I like to stay on my own and not be bothered or bother anyone else. But I don't think no, humans doesn't annoy me. I just don't like being around too many of them at a time. So no, they don't annoy me. Do you prefer animals to people? I guess that answer is self-explanatory with what I've said so far. But yes. Do you believe in magic? No. I would like to. But as many other people that are a fan of science or believe in science, I need proof. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? Same answer as the last question. No, I do not believe in God or any sort of higher power. I would like to, but that's more of a hope that there's something after this, after we leave this earth, other than just being, food for whatever is in the ground. But again, I would need proof. So no, I don't believe in any sort of God. Do you fear death? That is a good question. That is a good question. Do I fear death? Do I fear death? That is a good question. I don't think so. If I think about it sometimes when I'm when I'm feeling moody, I feel sad. But more of the things that I will no longer have if I'm not here, or knowing how sad, hopefully, it will make my wife and family that I'm no longer here. But I don't think I necessarily fear death. But I haven't also really been close to it. Not with my own life in either case. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think I fear death. Not yet. Are you attracted to someone whom you are not currently in a relationship with? No. But as I said, I don't really know that many people, and I guess it also depends on how you define attracted. I mean, I see a lot of women on the street that I think look attracted, but no, I don't. No, I don't think I don't know anyone at the moment, at least, that I'm attracted to. That is that I'm not in a relationship with. So no, I don't think so, actually. Oh, and I work I work with IT, so it's a very male-dominated workplace as well. My boss is female, but not one that I'm attracted to. No, gonna say no. Sure, my wife will be happy to hear that. Did you answer that last question with 100% honesty? Yes, I did, actually. I did. Are you alone? Well, granted that I'm married, then in that sense, no. But my wife is not here at the moment. She is taking a shower. But so in that regard, yes, I am alone right now. Are you sure? Well, unless someone is standing right behind me that I don't know about, then yes, I am sure. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? No. Definitely not. I know some people would probably say that someone is always watching you, and that might be true, but I don't believe that they are. Have you wondered who I am? I actually have not. No, I haven't. I'm sorry. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? No. I have not. Do you feel like you're being watched? No. I do not, my friend. I'm sorry. Have you considered quitting this session early? No. I'm still okay. Do you drink water every day? No. I probably should. Water is not what I drink most. I'm really not a fan. I know that sounds very weird, but I do drink water sometimes when I have days where I'm extremely thirsty. So not to empty our fridge of whatever we have there. But no, I actually do not drink water every day, even though I probably should. Do you eat at least once per day, every day? Well, yes, I do that. Do you realize that you've missed 7 hidden messages thus far? No, and maybe I should be looking for them. Let's see if we can find some. I don't think so. Do you realize that you just missed another one? No. No, I do not. I wonder if we're ever gonna know these hidden messages. Are you wondering what they were? Oh yes, very much. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Yes, it actually would bother me. I hate not finding solutions myself, but sometimes you need a little help, and I honestly think when I give it a good try, at some point I reach my limit, and then I'm completely okay with looking stuff up. I don't think I don't know if I'm gonna be looking stuff up for this game, but yeah, it would probably bother me without finding them yourself. I'm sort of trying to look for something here, but I don't see anything. Is your favorite number 7? No. It is number 3. Maybe we should keep 7 in mind. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Probably. I mean, like, right off the bat, I don't think we do anything that's longer than that. I mean, how could we? Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. I guess, yeah, sure. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? I know there's a saying that when someone is comparing two things that are incompatible, you say you're comparing apples to oranges. Well, I mean, they're both fruits, so... No, I don't agree. I think you can compare them. You can compare them. I guess. I don't know. That's an odd question. That's an odd question. No, I don't agree. I'm sure we could if we I'm sure we could find several uses for comparing those two. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? I don't think so, actually. No, I don't think I haven't heard that before. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Ooh, this is a hard question. I'm probably gonna say no. I will say that I think most people cannot do something so horrendous that it's unforgivable. But there are still certain things that you just can't undo. It doesn't matter how much you regret it, how much pain it might inflict on yourself that you did this horrendous thing. Certain things out there you just don't deserve a second chance. It's difficult for me to make any example, but I could probably easily say something like taking a life. I mean, if you murder someone, it's no, there's just no second chance. Not to me, anyway. And I'm sure there are plenty of situations where people have taken lives, and there have been circumstances that has, you know, not dissolved them of the responsibility, but somewhat, you know, somewhat dissolved them of them. But I mean, mental illness, whatever it might be, abuse, so you don't know anything else. You know, there are 1,000 ways. You know, you could, yeah. What I'm trying to say, but no, I don't think everyone deserves a second chance. There are certain things that are just too horrendous. So no. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? Probably not. Probably not. You can do a lot if you put your mind to it, but not anything. I would love to go to space, but that doesn't mean that if I put my mind to it, I'm not going to go to space. So no, I don't agree. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? Well, I guess that depends on how you look at it. As someone who values my freedom extensively, so much that both me and my wife had decided we do not want kids because we value our freedom so much, I would think that I would probably not agree with this. Although I do think obedience is extremely important, but each in their own measure, right? You can't have 100% freedom and just everything is honky-dory. Same with 100% obedience. You need some of both, but that's also not the question. I'm being asked if obedience is more important than freedom. I think the answer is still no. I think it's important for people to feel free. Now that might come as in the form of more of an illusion or than actual freedom, and that's fine. But I think as long as you at least feel free, you will also be okay with following a large amount of rules. So no, I do not agree. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? Well, granted that I am scared of water and can't swim, then I'm gonna say hard pass. Uh-oh. Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase, I love you? I did not, but I am curious to how many of you actually saw that. And by the way, I would love for you to tell me all the hidden messages that you found in the game while watching this that I didn't. I'm sure there's a ton of them, and I'm sure you're all going to question my ability to actually find hidden clues and do puzzles, but I would love for you to, if you find any, to let me know. Do you wish to be loved? Of course. Do you have any addictions? Yeah. It's called gaming. Other than that, I don't think so. Well, I am I drink a lot of milk, but I don't know if that. I guess that's an addiction. But yeah, I could not live without my hobby. It's not an unhealthy hobby, not anymore. It was when I was younger because I couldn't. I literally couldn't stop. But no, not anymore. I still have difficulties with MMOs. They can really drag me in, which is why I'm trying to steer clear of them. But yes, I am definitely addicted. Do you dislike the color pink? Granted that my character in my last MMO I played was extremely pink all over, and I actually liked it. And we have a pink couch. No, I don't dislike the color pink. Does the color gray seem depressing? I don't think so. I mean, depends on if my entire apartment was grey, then probably, but it's not. But no, it does not seem depressing. Do you enjoy loud music? Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Usually in my car. Wife is sort of sensitive to sound, so loud music is not something we hear very often. But, you know, whenever I'm driving alone, I always listen to loud music. And I don't have a pimped up car, and I'm not listening to some badass music. I'm just listening to the radio. So yeah, I do enjoy loud music. Do you like to dance? That is going to be a hill to the no. Would you consider yourself normal? No. Do you love your parents? Sure. I have a good relationship with my entire family. Have you ever been lied to? Yes. Okay, let's the biggest lie I ever had. My mom was never interested in having a husband. She's not bisexual or lesbian. She is heterosexual, but she always wanted kids. My dad, however, is gay and always wanted kids, and so they made a deal back in the day. So we've pretty much been living like a family. I never knew until not recently, but you know, a couple of years that I find out that that he's gay. So yes, that's I would say a pretty big effing lie. Do you get angry often? No, I don't think so actually. I do get angry, and I think like any other gamer especially, I can get angry at games when they are testing my patience. But no, I don't think so. No, I do get angry, but not often. Do you hold grudges? Yes, I definitely do. I know they have a saying that says forgive but never forget. I can't get behind that. I had a I had a couple of friends. One of them died to cancer. It's a long time ago. And one of our previous mutual friends that pretty much treated him like crap suddenly was all up on social media of how heartbroken he was that his friend died of cancer, even though he was never really a friend to him. He treated him like garbage. So I never forgave that. I gave him what I thought about him, and yeah, never forgiven and never forgotten. I will always hate him for that. Have you ever forgiven someone? That's a funny question. Have I ever had a reason to? I haven't been through too much in my life that's... I mean... Oh, that's a difficult question. I don't think I have, actually, but I've also not, done... or have things done to me that has been... I mean, there are things that are so horrendous, right, that you just can't forgive. Then there's things that like are bad, but you can forgive. And I don't think I have had anywhere like in between. I had an ex that cheated on me, never forgiven her. I've never really forgiven my parents for that lie I told you about. I never really forgiven my friend for suddenly being all teared up about our mutual friend dying from cancer. And I know I might sound like a complete moron and a dick for that, because he could honestly have been really sad up about it, and maybe he was, but at the time I was also, very emotional. But no, I don't think I've actually ever had anything done to me that required forgiveness. Not that I remember anyway. So if I'm to be honest, I don't think I've ever forgiven someone. But most, as I said, in terms because no one has ever done anything like a little crabby to me that just was super annoying, but I forgave. Because people have usually treated me alright. So I don't think so, actually. No. Have you ever lied? I guess, sure. I mean, who hasn't? Don't have an example, but... Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? I mean, sure, in the sense that they are super pretty and colorful, I guess. But I think I like trees more than I like flowers. These questions are very all over the place. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? Sure, yeah, I guess. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? I have, actually, probably. If you were to ask me today, then I wouldn't want to be an animal over a person, because it's a very kill or be killed world. Not that it can't be that in our world, but yes, I'm pretty sure I've ever, I've had some rough times in my life where I'm like, oh my god, I wish I was just a dog or a bird or something like that. But even, just speaking of birds, I mean, I'm sure who of us hasn't wanted to be a bird and just be able to fly away? Do you believe you have psychic powers? No. Not any good ones, anyway. Have you ever seen a ghost? No. And I don't much believe in them either. Do you dream often? No, unfortunately, actually, I do not. But when I dream, I actually often dream... For like a week in a row, and then there's just a long period of nothing. I think I had a dream last night. Don't remember what it is now, but it was a very weird one. But no, I actually don't dream that often. Do you have nightmares often? No, never. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? No, I don't think I've ever suffered an actual anxiety attack. I do have anxiety issues, but not an anxiety attack. Do you suffer from depression? Not right now. I have, but not right now. Is that a yes then? I don't know. I'm gonna read it as if I'm suffering from it right now. So no. Do you exercise often and stay active? That is a no. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? I am a very sensitive guy. But no. I probably was when I found out my ex was cheating on me. But I'm in a very, very happy place in my life right now. So no, I don't. Any wounds I might have had, they are definitely gone. Have you ever felt betrayed? Well, yes. I think we all know at least 2 stories about my life. Do you ever feel lost in life? Oh yes. Oh yes. It's took me. How old am I? I'm like 37-ish. And I think up until like, I think when I met my now wife was around this sort of the same time as I got a job that I'm still at, and I think up until then it was, you know, very, very chaotic. No idea what I wanted to do, no idea what I could do, feeling, you know, sort of alone, lonely, etc., etc. You know, the good old basic things. But I think it says, "Do you ever feel lost in life?" So I don't think anymore, actually. No, I don't think. I think I'm in a good spot right now. I think I have everything pretty much figured out. At least I think so. But I did used to feel lost in life, but not anymore. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? I don't think anyone would follow me, so no. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Ooh, that's a lot of power to give me. I mean, there is a lot of shit going on in the world. And there has been a lot of shit going on in the world. Wars, famine, hate, racism, bigotry, you name it. But there's also a lot of good in the world. As it stands right now, no, I would not press it. But that being said, I can't say that there never would be a time where I would. But for now, no. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Sure, I guess. Who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't want to sweep in and save the day? Have you ever been bullied? Yep. In school, I was bullied. Have you ever bullied someone else? I can't say no to that either, because, I mean, as a kid, it's you quickly learn that if you can shift that attention to someone else, it's not gonna be on you. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Sure, but I'm also realistic. Like, I'm looking at a lot of houses right now, for instance, to buy, just because it's on my mind and it's on my wife's mind. But as it stands right now, my income is not amazing. It's never gonna be amazing because I'm in a special situation here in Denmark. My wife isn't working at the moment, and she will definitely at some point. But with the kind of work she likes to do, it's difficult to also plan how much she's going to be earning. So we are never gonna be a family or a couple that's gonna swim in money. But you know, we look anyway. Or I look at, for the most part, at any houses that might come up, just to see what we can get if the possibility ever presents itself to us. But I'm also realistic in the sense that I know our situation, so it might just be a dream, and we might live in for rent in an apartment for the rest of our lives. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I think I'm a dreamer. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Yeah. I don't think any of us can really say no to that one, can we? I mean, it happens. We deal with it. We talk about it. We apologize. I do in either case, etc., etc. So yes, I do. Do you find space fascinating? Yeah. Sure, I guess, as much as the next guy. I mean, I in the sense that I like sci-fi, I don't wonder too much about our own space, but it's still fascinating. but we're also not really in a space where we're gonna start, or in a place where we're gonna start exploring the universe with, you know, colonization ships and stuff like that. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? Funny question. I don't know if I would consider myself an artist for uploading videos to YouTube. I guess some would probably say that it is an art. Could be, but no, I don't consider myself to be an artist. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Yes, for the most part. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Definitely. Do you believe in perfection? Well, granted that I am a perfectionist, yes, I do, but I also believe that nothing is perfect. But yes, I think I believe in it. Have you ever stolen from someone? Sure. If someone is the store, then I have nabbed a candy bar here and then in my youth. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Yes, I honestly believe that we are all capable of taking a life if we are pushed far enough. It just depends on being pressed on the right buttons. I mean, if my wife's life or my family's life is on the line, would I kill to save them? Sure. Would I kill a child to save my wife? It's a different question. But I mean, if you're pressed hard enough, yes, I would kill someone under any circumstances. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? That's a tough question. I feel like telling anyone would do more harm than good. I would probably try to just have a good day with whoever I wanted to spend it with. Oh, already getting a little bit sad here just thinking about it. But no, I would not tell anyone. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? Do I have any dark secrets? Yeah, yes, I have told my dark secrets. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know I said earlier we were talking about if I was afraid of death. I said that, you know, I never really had it close to me, and that's, you know, sort of the truth. But I did in my younger years. I did actually have a might be hard to hear for some, but I did have a suicide attempt. Obviously, it failed, but I would probably consider that to be my darkest secrets. And yeah, that are definitely people I've told. It's not really something that's I don't know if it's a dark secret. I don't consider it a secret. I'm pretty open about it. I'm a pretty open guy. I don't really have any secrets, I think. Yeah, no. Yeah, sure. I guess, yeah. That'll probably be my darkest secret. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? Yeah, sure. That's probably gonna be my downfall, but yeah, I trust people. Do you know who I am? Nope. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? No, but I would probably be a bit shocked. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? I guess if someone really was behind me this entire time, I would be a bit scared. But that's kind of my point. If he suddenly or she they suddenly appeared behind me, I would be a bit scared. They would give me a scare. Sure, if they were suddenly had been behind me the entire time. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Yes. And that's not always good for me. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? No, but I try. Have you ever been in a physical fight? I don't think so. Not that I can remember. I have been close, but you know, I'm not. I'm a nerd. I don't exercise. I don't weightlift. I'm a little nerd. I'm a spaghetti guy. I would never. I mean, they just have to look at me. Then I faint. I wouldn't faint, but you know what I mean. No, I don't. I've never been in a physical fight. Been close, but no. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? No. Thank God for that. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Yes, I do. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Yes, that's what it means. Just need to reread that a couple of times. Yes, I am. Would you ever shave your head? Not because I think it looks awesome, but I mean, if I had to, then sure, but not because I thought it looked great, but if I had to, sure. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? No. I think it can look very attractive if I'm attracted to women, if women have muscles, but I also I tend to find that most women that have very visible muscles, they also really go all in, and it no, I actually no, it becomes very unattractive for me. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? No. Not when people are looking either. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Yes. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No, I actually barely remember it at all. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? Granted that I'm an honest guy, probably not. But if, I guess, again, circumstances really pushed me to it, then yes. This video has been recorded during the crisis and the war in Ukraine. So let's say I really needed some money, I would, and I was there. I mean, I'm a Ukrainian. I'm fleeing. If I needed some money, then yes, I would rob the bank. But otherwise, as I said, if I really needed it, then I would. But I'm not assuming that's what they mean here. I'm assuming they ask, I'm a completely normal guy, but I found a way to rob a bank and I could get away with it. I would say no. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? No. Why would I dream about that? Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? No, not necessarily a cliff, but I mean, I sometimes have dreams where I fall. You know, when you get that wake up scare, and you just wake up completely aware of everything going on. Not necessarily off a cliff. So no, I do dream about falling, but not off a cliff. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? I don't think that's the. Don't think that kind of stuff is safe for YouTube, so no. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't dream about being naked in public. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? No, I actually do not. It's probably the one genre that I really dislike. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Yes, yeah. It's not. Again, not the genre I watch the most, but I definitely can enjoy it. Do you like being the center of attention? That's a no. Do you feel like something is always watching you? No. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Haven't we had this question before? No, probably not. But yes, I have wondered. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? No, don't think so. I don't know what it is, so that probably answers the question. Have you ever punched a nun? No. I don't think I've ever met a nun, so. Do you like dogs better than cats? Oh, that's a difficult question. Because I've always been a dog person when I grew up. But recently, me and the wife, we moved to Germany for a short bit, for a year, and we lived in an apartment rented out by a private person. And when she moved in there, 2 cats actually lived on the on her grounds, on her land, and we came to be quite close to them. My wife has always been a cat person. She hates dogs. No, doesn't hate, but she's scared of them. But she's from Russia, where you know, they have a lot of wild dogs, and from my understanding, what she's told me, a lot of people don't really treat their dogs very well. So they're not in general, dogs are not very friendly over there. So she's always been a cat person. I've never had cats. I've always had dogs. But I mean, I don't think I like either more than the other. If I ever were to get one, it would probably be a cat, just because they're easier to handle. Dogs are more care. So, but no, I don't like dogs better than cats. But I don't like cats better than dogs either. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? Okay, I read that wrong. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? I like both. I don't think I prefer to read more than I prefer to watch movies. I'm not sure, actually. I do both. I like to read fantasy, and I like to watch movies. No, I don't think I prefer to read over movies. I don't think I prefer movies over reading either. I mean, I like both. I like both. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nun? No, I can't say I'm still wondering, but it was an odd question. Do you get starstruck easily? No, I honestly think a lot of this idolizing of whatever is kind of weird. No, we're all people in my opinion. Doesn't mean that some of us doesn't have more pull than others, but no, I don't get starstruck. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Yes. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? No. Don't actually care about presents. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like, really, just bam, right in the face. Nun punch. No, I really haven't punched a nun. Did you laugh? I actually, yeah, it was on its way, yeah. Did you say what the F in your head, or even aloud? No, I did not. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? No, I'm still not eager to punch a nun. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? That is a good question. Oh, that's difficult. I don't consider myself to be a generally bad person, but I mean, I don't necessarily do a lot of good for others either. I just, you know, I keep to myself. No, I don't think I'm going to hell. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yes. Do you masturbate frequently? Sure. Let's just leave it at that. Are you wondering what continues? Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No, actually, not really. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? No, I'm a, as I said, pretty open guy, so I'm not bothered. Is your mouth dry? No. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No, it does not. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? No. Are you poor with money management? No, I'm actually pretty damn decent at it. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? Sure, sometimes. Do you speak more than one language fluently? That depends on how you would rate my English, but I speak Danish, obviously, since I'm from Denmark and born here and raised. And since I am into gaming, English was always sort of there in my face. My wife is Russian. We speak English together every day. So, sure, consider myself to speak English more or less fluently. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Yes. Lots of them. Do you enjoy coffee? No. Never learned to drink it. Wouldn't care to either. Do you believe in demons? No. Do you believe in angels? No. Are you afraid of sharks? I mean, I guess as much as the next one, as I don't want to be eaten by one. So, sure. Do you prefer baths over showers? No. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? No. Did you see that shadow move in your room a few moments ago? No, there was no shadow. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? No, I don't actually think so. I sometimes hear things that I think I hear, but no, it's not my name. I mean, it could be like a sound when I'm driving, you know, something like that. But no, not my name. Wonder how long this is. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? Does it though? I don't think so. I've certainly lost things during my life, but that's probably been due to moving. But no, I don't think things go missing and reappear later. No. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you're alone? No. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? No, I don't think so. No. Gonna say no. Do you often look at the time on the clock every day? Do you often look at the time at the same clock at this? Sorry, let me just start over. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? Sure. When I get up in the morning, it's usually around the same. It's usually around the same that I look at the time. Sure, why not? Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? No. Do you have any pets? No. We are not allowed to have pets where I live, unfortunately. Is your favorite color green? No. Are you attracted to a family member? No. Sorry to say. Well, I'm not really. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yes. I think my wife would be happy to get some. I think my family would be happy to get some. Don't think they would expect it necessarily. But yeah, sure. I wouldn't be able to keep all that money for myself anyway. Well, I guess it depends on the price, right? It's all like, if you win the lottery, what will you do? Well, depends on how much money, but let's just say I won the big one. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? Probably not, because I would have no freaking clue about how to run a country. And I wouldn't want to do that to these poor people that would have blindly followed me. So, no. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? No, actually not. Do you like fishing? No. Do you like hunting? No. Do you like camping? No. I'm not, as you can probably tell, not really an outdoorsy kind of person. Do you like guns? No, not really. Are you getting tired of answering questions? A little bit. No, I don't know if I'm getting tired of it. I'm just wondering how long this is gonna be. No, I'm actually not getting tired of it. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? Sure. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? Ugh. This seems like a very spiritual question, so no, probably not. Do you always keep your promises? I think so. Yes, I think so. I don't like to break my promises. Not unless I'm off the hook. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? Probably. Probably. Yes, I could. Are you an only child? No, I have a little sister. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? I don't think so. I think I used to when I was younger, but not anymore. As you can probably guess, since I was an introvert child, I was not really that social, so most of the things I went to was because that's what you did when you were young. So No, I don't really enjoy it. Do you like tattoos? Yes. Don't have one, but I would like to get one someday. Probably never gonna do it, but you know. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No, probably not. Never tried it. Do you believe you have a soul? I think my soul was burned years ago, but in either case, no, I don't think we have something that's a soul. Did you cry this week? No. But it is still early. Are you upset with someone right now? No. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No. Do you understand how this works yet? No, not other than I'm answering questions. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them. The combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you'd never guess. Do you understand? I think I do. I think I do. I think I think it makes sense, you know, that if we get like 50 questions and 3 of them are the same, just spread out, we might create different scenarios in our head, maybe even be influenced or manipulated, if you will, by previous questions into how we actually suddenly see this question. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon, based on the previous question you just answered? I was actually, yes. I thought that it might be time. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? No. Okay. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Sure. I know I said earlier that I could probably learn alone, but I will still have to learn to live with it again. But yes, I'm afraid of being abandoned. Are you afraid of dying alone? It's a difficult question. I don't think I am. But I would also hate to leave family behind. So I would probably rather have, you know, because I'm a nice guy, I would rather have them die before me, so they don't have to go through the pain of losing someone like that. So no, I'm not afraid of dying alone. Do you worry that one day you will be unexpectedly murdered? No. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? No. Can't say that I am. Do you feel like I know you yet? No, actually, probably not. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? Not other than my wife showering, no. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Alright? Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. Well, aren't you just a bucket of sunshine? Well, I am actually. Thank you for noticing. It's incredible to me just how misunderstood you are. In fact, you're so misunderstood that you often don't even understand yourself. Alright? Sometimes you just do things. You just do stuff. Why? Because you do. You don't need a reason, you just act. This is not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, this is such an amazing quirk that is so perfect to someone who might just As a matter of fact, this is such an amazing quirk that is so perfect to someone who might just be madly in love with you. Your spontaneity, spontaneity, I can't read that word, is a gift that can bring a smile to a miserable face and a crying heart. Do not lose this gift. With all of that being said, you are not where you want to be in life. You are not as happy as you lead on sometimes, and only those closest to you know how you really feel. Even then, they don't even truly know, do they? I think they do, to be honest. Whatever you do, do not give up. Success and happiness for you is just around the corner. It's one enormous push on your part. It will take a lot of work, but you absolutely, positively can make something happen. Just understand that if you stumble, it is not the end of the world. You're always one big breakthrough from something amazing. Keep at it for yourself and those around you. Your secret word is power. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we are currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they have been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will make sense very soon. Trust me on that. Okay, I can feel that my voice is starting to crack here. That's been a lot of reading. So for now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and to see you for the next one. Until then, take care.